In this video, I want to show you a bit on how we can identify which sites has more authority, which sites Google trusts more. And we use some tools to estimate that for us. So one way to do that is using the Moz toolbar. This is a free plugin. You need to sign up for an account of them. But just make sure you sign up for the free account, and then you can download the toolbar. And once you've installed the toolbar, it's in the top, a little M there. Sometimes you have to activate it by clicking it. See, there's mine's activated. And then what it will do for you is every time you visit the site, it will show you the domain authority. So let's go to Form Factory. And you will see it has a domain authority of 1, which is extremely low, and more likely than not it's just because our site hasn't even been identified by the Moz system. If we go to a bigger site, let's say news24.com, it's slow, and give it a moment to load, you'll see that they have extremely high domain authority. Now the domain authority is a logarithmic number, meaning it to go from 20 to 30 is twice as easy as going from 30 to 40. So it gets harder and harder to get to the higher grades. So in our case, you know, ideally you would target sites with a DA 30 and above. Because of the restrictions of our market, I think we shouldn't be too picky on quality right now. But if you do compare sites and you have to trim down your list of people you need to contact, then choosing the ones with the highest domain authority is useful. Another thing to know is that if you actually do a Google search, let's do here for property, you will now see that below each search result it tells you the domain authority of that link as well. So then you can instantly see the domain authority of each of those. So that's one tool you can use, and if you want to stop using it, you just click and it goes away, and then when you visit new pages it wouldn't show you the bar anymore, and you can just click to turn it on again when you need it. Another way is downloading a tool that I wrote. I'll give you the link in there. It's a tool I'm not really having publicly available right now, but I might do that in the future at some point. It's called Data Grunt. So what you do is you get your in Moz. Sorry, let me just show you. If you scroll at the very bottom, you'll see there's a link for API. You know, once you've signed in and logged into their site. Just want to see where I get all of that again. So if I click on API, guess I have to say get connected. But you don't need, sorry, I just have to find it quickly here. Okay, it was a bit tricky to find. I'll just send you the link directly to this for the API part, but what it basically does is give you a key and a secret key over here. Don't use mine simply because you have limited credits on the free account, so it's better if you sign up for your own account and just use your own key. Okay, so once you have that, you put it into this product under the Moz key. You're not going to use this SEMrush API, but put in your Moz access ID and secret key. Save that. And now you can do a couple of cool things. So you can either execute a Google search, let's say property. When you press enter, the system will show you the top 10 results. You can, I think, go up to 100 results here in the beta version here. And you can easily click on each one of these to open it up in Google. But the nice thing is you can click here and here now, and it will load, tell you how old the site is, how long it's been around, and it will show you the domain authority of each of those pages. So if you have a list of URLs, One of the interesting things you can do, remember that export I did in the previous video? What I can do here is just grab that list, throw it in here. Let me just get rid of this list first. So I have now all those URLs in there, and now I can get the domain authority for all of them and the site age. So it takes a moment because it can only get 10 results every 10 seconds for the domain authority. And there I have almost all of them. And then you can say, well, we're only going to focus on sites that has a domain authority of at least 20. And I can click here to sort them, so the highest one is the top. And then when I've done all of that, I can just click export and save it as a CSV file. So this tool really helps you, again, if you have too big of a list, just to filter them down based on domain authority, so you can focus on the bigger sites. I have to say though that the bigger the site, the harder it is to get them to work with you. So the medium sites are usually better targets. If you get a link from a big site, that's completely awesome, and we should try and get links from them. But we're more likely to get better success with the medium-sized sites. So we don't always just want to focus on the biggest guys. We definitely want to also get some of the medium-sized guys to work with us. So yeah, you can actually, another thing to note here is you can do multiple searches. So I can say in URL blog and say eviction, and let's say in URL blog landlord. Now it's going to execute 2 searches for me. And here's another one. Well, it will take a moment and do that one too. The only downside with this one is it won't focus on South Africa. There's no settings we can set here to make it go to South Africa. One way around that is just to say landlord South Africa. Should give us a little bit of a more localized result. So this is an extremely useful tool, but it is beta. I spent some time developing it, but I decided not to go forward with it. So there's definitely some things that can be improved on it. One of the things is Google doesn't allow you to use a tool like this. It doesn't like you using a tool like this, so it stops you making requests after a little while. So if you do 20 or 50 queries in here, at some point Google is going to start blocking you for an hour or so. From this tool at least. So just know that when stuff stops working, it's probably because Google decided you're not allowed to use them for a little while. But overall, I actually use this tool quite a bit in organizing URLs and analyzing them. So hopefully you will also find it useful.